Oh, what a dangerous web we weave when we practice to deceive. And that is this breaking story. Because all the shiny baubles and all of the distractions are not going to take away from what I'm about to show you. Let's bear in mind what Donald Trump is doing, has done, and what the plan really has always been. And to set that for you, let's take a quick listen to what he set up by getting out of the Iran nuclear deal. This.
If you remember about 2015 when that deal was done and they would have less than one bomb's worth of enriched material, and it was all low-grade enrichment, and it would be a year at least for breakout. You remember when that happened, a guy named Donald Trump attacked it politically and said, I'm going to rip up that Iran deal, made a campaign promise to get rid of it. Since Trump got out, got 9 to 10 bombs worth of enriched nuclear material in their stockpiles. They are now enriching above the civilian 3.67% to 60%. Their breakout time was not 1 year like it was back in 2018 before he got out of the deal. It was 7 to 10 days for one bomb.
And so you have guys on Fox News now actually making comments that are so absurd by making this statement.
Look, this is certainly a dynamic environment, right? We're trying to lower the temperature of global conflict while simultaneously kind of raising it here in order to lower it.
Yeah, we want to turn the heat up so that we can turn the heat down. You betcha. And to take in a perspective of the macro, take a quick listen to the historical great newsman Ted Koppel being interviewed by Sean Hannity, and what Ted says straight to his face.
Yeah.
You're cynical. Look at that.
I am cynical because,
You think we're bad for America? You think I'm bad for America?
Yeah.
You do?
In the long haul, I think you
Really?
and all these opinion
That's
shows.
sad, Ted.
No, you know why?
That's sad.
Because you're very good at what you do, and because you have attracted a significantly
You
more
are selling the
influential.
American
let me
people
finish the
short.
Let me finish the sentence
I'm
before
listening.
you do that.
With all due respect. Take the floor.
You have attracted people who are determined that ideology is more important than facts.
And in this breaking story, why is it so freaking true? Because look at what Donald Trump just posted less than 2 hours ago on Truth Social this morning. Breaking news, early Monday morning, President Donald J. Trump posted on Truth Social, "Everyone, keep oil prices down. I'm watching, exclamation point. You're playing right into the hands of the enemy. Don't do it." This is all while simultaneously, Newsweek reports Putin ally says countries now ready to supply Iran with nuclear weapons. That tells you everything you want to know about this breaking story when it comes to the truth of what Donald Trump is actually doing, been planning, and completely set up by removing the Iran deal so that he could actually strike them and create this breaking story right here.
Trump's former trusted operative spills Iran story they're not telling you. A man who was once Donald Trump's trusted operative spilled details he said you won't find on CNN or MSNBC. Author and former Trump insider Lev Parnas, who has reported on Trump's purported humiliation by Russia's Putin, on Sunday wrote about his take on Trump's military strike on Iran soil. Parnas, who previously predicted Trump would indeed strike Iran, said over the weekend that media pundits are asking all the wrong questions. In an article entitled "While the Media Chases Trump's Distractions, Here's the Story They're Not Telling You," Parnas discloses that he hasn't slept in 2 days. "I've been on the phone nonstop, speaking to sources across the globe, gathering real-time intelligence, not recycled headlines, not speculation, real insight into what's actually happening behind the scenes," he said, noting that what the media isn't reporting is even worse than what journalists are currently disseminating. While CNN and MSNBC talk in circles about whether Trump has triggered a constitutional crisis by bypassing Congress or fixate on whether this attack on Iran will spiral into retaliation, they're playing right into his plan. They're not asking the real question, why now? He asked. They're not talking about how this was always about oil, power, and control, about how this strike, this so-called surgical obliteration of Iran's nuclear facilities, wasn't some last-minute military move, but a long orchestrated step in a deal coordinated directly with Vladimir Putin. According to Parnas, Trump has been wanting to strike Iran, but has been waiting on the okay from a certain foreign leader. Trump wanted to hit Iran. The only thing holding him back? Putin's green light. That green light's now been given, and look what's already unfolding, Parnas wrote, adding that Trump's recent antics are merely distractions from all this. He added, most of the pundits you see on TV have never even been in the same room as Donald Trump. They don't know him. They don't know how he talks, how he schemes, how he deals. But I do. I was there. I was his trusted operative, the one he sent to Ukraine to pressure Zelensky to dig up dirt on the Bidens. I know how he thinks. I know how he weaponizes chaos, and I know what he's planning next. He then added, that's why I'm telling you now. What you're seeing on the news, that's the distraction. What I'm telling you here, that's the real threat.
I mean, just stop and think about it, right? If you were somebody who, let's say, was a big game hunter, you got a thrill and love out of the sport of shooting live animals, and you had a whole bunch of those animals caged up in a pen, and maybe, just maybe, if they all got together and talked to one another, maybe they could bust through the pen and get out. But you got them pinned up. They're not going anywhere. But if you wanted to create the excuse to shoot them, what would you do? Let them out. Kind of like what happened with the Iran deal. Oh, we're going to get out of it. It's a horrible deal. So you let them out, and you increase the time it takes for them to get closer to a nuclear bomb in the difference of a year to 7 to 10 days. You let that run for just long enough, and then you find an excuse to shoot them. That is exactly what just happened. And it is because there's oil in Iran, and because his buddy Putin wants him to do it. And that is where we truly are. And that is the point of what Ted Koppel was saying to Sean Hannity. Because you've convinced millions of people that ideology is more important than facts. You guys stay frosty.